But look for him to switch with Berhalter or tuck in centrally to allow Eddie Ocampo to fly up the right side as they look for Brian White to get back on the score sheet as well. And it's a dangerous front four to work with lots of interchanging movement for the league's second highest scoring team.
And in the 7 matches between these two clubs in history, only one victory for the Whitecaps. They'll look for another one here as we are underway at BC Place. And a couple of fabulous kits going toe-to-toe with this one as well, if the style points matter at all. Tate Johnson will get the ball back into play here to begin for the Whitecaps, leaving for Sebastian Berhalter. Back to one of the better distributing goalkeepers in the league in Yohei Takaoka. Just a little tap to Blackman. And Andres Kubas back into the swing of things here for the Whitecaps. For White, tapping that for Bodwell. Overlapping Eddie Ocampo on the far side. Ocampo dropping for Blackman. Ocampo again, little sneaky back heel for Blackman, over the top for Bodwell. A chance to cross this one in for the Whitecaps. Looking for Brian White! Edge of the 6, and that was a free header that White sends. Switching over to O'Toole. O'Neill sends that up to Wolf. Double teamed at the center stripe. Earns the foul. And on the restart, a chance to send that to Ojeda, but Takaoka wise to it. And it's an empty net. Takaoka's got to get across! Nearly pays the price.
And wins the corner kick.
Berhalter. Towards the spot. White right into the belly of Matt Freese, who holds on. And a quick roll out to Fernandez Marcao. That one a little bit more textbook from the Whitecaps. That's last year's model, if you will. Berhalter to Brian White with the header. They've tested Matt Freese, though, for the first time, and that one well offside. Ojeda looking for a ball. Berhalter across for Muller. Muller, little scoop up there for Bodwell, knocking it down. Still free inside the box. Sabally. Berhalter over the bar. Didn't have time. And the pressure's on again. Wolf can't steal from Johnson. The amount of energy expended in this match could be high compared to the average MLS game. Both of these teams are hungry for the ball. Ocampo rattles around, still alive for the Whitecaps. Blackman for White! What a save! Freese reaching down to deny the Whitecaps once more.
Standing quick save from Matt Freese in the New York City goal. Look at that turn on the ball. A little bit too close to Freese, but that's a tough one for the keeper, right down near the body, but he drops so quickly. Gets that right hand out. That is a 6.
Kubas threads the needle there to get it to Seb Berhalter. Over the top, looking for Bodwell. Able to collect the pass nicely, now makes the turn. Bodwell looking for White! Stopped by Freese! Rebound! Sabally is taken down to the box!
Wow, full of energy and quickness along the goal line here today for New York City. Superb header with lots of power as well. Maybe a little.
Berhalter sizes things up. Here it comes. Rolling towards the edge of the 6. There it is! Matias Laborda with his second of this MLS season. The flying kick through the 6. It's 1-0.
And once again, New York City struggling to deal with that service from Sebastian Berhalter. And Matias Laborda, who's also very good in the air. Lightman alongside Laborda. 2 Whitecaps all alone. And it's Laborda who gets the final touch. His second of the season. And the Whitecaps have finally been able to beat Matt Freese.
And he was close to it there, too. He nearly came up with another 5-alarm save to Matt Freese, but
they've been under siege, pinned back by Whitecap pressure. And we'll see how they adjust here in the second 45 minutes, but it needs to be a different tactical setup for New York City. I don't think they can continue to
slow jog out here in the early stages. Now season opening. Looking to feed that into the corner for Brian White. Is he going to win the race? He will, beating Kai Truin to it. Bodwell at the corner of the box. There's Muller. Tate Johnson loading up for a cross, decides against it. Badwal for Kubas. Wide again for Tate Johnson. Muller, edge of the box, nearly fed it in. Dribbler that Freeze had to get a paw on just in case.
To start the second half for the Whitecaps, stringing balls around, no real pressure. And in the end, it's a smart play there from Sabali to leave it for Muller.
Gustavo. 2-0 on the left foot over the top, and nobody there for New York City. Yohei Takaoka will take over.
They haven't posed that threat, New York City, throughout this game yet, where they can find someone in behind the spaces.
Johnson down the line for Sabali. Sabali sees some space. Cutting it back. Open end, Berhalter! And what a save by Freeze as he gets his hands up. A ton of pace on that one.
The goalkeeper that he's able to deal with it, and he doesn't want to take the chance to try to catch it. As Sabali does a really nice job. He struggled in his first few games in a Whitecap uniform, trying to find his footing, but he plays a clever ball in between the knee.
Coming into the match, 2 from a free kick. This one from 19 yards and just over the bar for New York City. Fruitless to this point, but that presses on and they steal the ball back again. Morales looking for Wolf. Back to goal, setting up O'Neill, just wide of the post, and outstretched Takaoka was there.
And that is that pressure. It was Truant stepping into midfield and getting on the front foot. They have moved the tilt in the opposite way. That was a...
Fends off Nicholas Mercado. Caicedo. Oh, just lost it as he tried to cut it back. It looked like he had done the deed of turning the corner and was able to set somebody up, but heavy touch.
You can see his intent every time he gets on the ball. He wants to drive down to the end line and try to cause havoc, whether it's drawing a penalty kick or getting a ball in. So far, he's been contended with nicely.
White on the left foot. Freeze has to lay down and push it for another corner kick for the Whitecaps. Keep Park still in it. 80-minute effort now for Park, so he is being extended a little bit here by his coach. Told us before the match that body's feeling good. Truant in some trouble, gives it away to Brian White. Brian White, one man to beat. White tries a shot, Freeze able to knock it down. Not exactly a Brian White forte there, but he did well to get the shot on target.
He's not necessarily the quickest, but he's clever.
Muller guiding traffic, gets the ball now. Muller back for Badwal. Johnson to Caicedo. Will he try it again on Gray? Usually it's baseline. There it is. Cutting it back. Too much for White. Savvy tried to get on his bike and it's headed out of the box. Morales a little bit loose on this first touch. Whitecaps gain possession again. Muller. Badwal. Blackman saw Caicedo in acres of space. Dueling here with Gray. Once again, this time he goes outside. Tries a chip shot! Perfection! Brian White gets his just reward.
And there's the heel click for Bradley Wright Phillips, the one that he promised in countdown tonight. It takes a great ball in as well. As Caicedo this time goes to his right. You mentioned before, Blake, more often than not, he likes to go to the end line and pull it back. This time he cuts back onto his right. And that beautiful little chip shot and a well-timed run from White. He heads home from close range. This time Matt Freeze with no chance.
Well, the Whitecaps really opened this up.
So if nothing else, excellent to see him get a run of 10 or 15 minutes.
Morales driving ball flick towards goal. Takaoka made a mess of it and gives the corner kick right back to Maxi Morales. Should have been a catch for Yohei Takaoka. Low driving ball. Heel flick Doesn't work there for Ojeda. Sent back in, edge of the 6, headed away. From distance, the shot redirected, and Takaoka makes the save as Parnios loaded up from outside the box.
In any case, they've always been a team that can contend away from home, but on the day it's been the Whitecaps, the home team, that ends up with this 2-0 win over New York City.
Well, the offensive explosion didn't quite materialize, although both sides will